Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface in what I'm personally believe to be possibly the worst episode of Batwoman that I've seen, and that's including season 1. Surprisingly enough, the ratings actually rose this week. However, that was in viewers only, and these are the provisional ratings subject to change. But you will, however, notice that the demographics for Batwoman haven't, and that's the bad news area, because that is actually the advertisers' sweet spot. So first and foremost, up on 2 weeks ago, from 0.456, it raises to 0.593, which is a rise of 30%. Before they get too excited, though, 0.593 is lower than any episode from season 1 and is only beaten by 3 episodes this season. So it is the fourth lowest rating of the series ever. So it's not too much to actually start screaming and shouting about, but the demo is provisionally at 0.10, not changing. And that, of course, like I said, is the sweet spot, because that's where the advertising comes in. So if it does remain at 0.1 and the figures stay at roughly what they are, which I imagine they will, they might go up a fraction, they might go down a fraction. But what that means is people who have tuned in to watch this week are either under 18, and I honest to goodness can't see kids watching this show. I don't see what a kid would get out of it at all. Or what I would say is most likely over 49s stopping in. So why such a, when I say a large increase, a 30% increase on a terrible rating is still a terrible rating. But why is that? Well, I thought that the ratings might even go lower this week because of the Grammy Awards. But then you have a look at this. TV ratings, Grammy Awards hits new lows in early numbers. And then reading what those lows are, the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards, hosted by South African comedian Trevor Noah. Comedian? Gee, I've seen funnier things come out of my rectal passage than Trevor Noah. And broadcasting powerhouse performers Harry Styles, Taylor Swift, Dua Lipa, BTS, Billie Eilish, Post Malone, and Megan Thee Stallion. I am so old, I've barely heard of any of these. Drew a scant audience for CBS. This year's telecast was the lowest rated in Grammys history in the early numbers. Per Nielsen's Live Plus same day fast affiliate numbers, music's biggest night garnered an average of 7.88 million viewers for the network during the ceremony's broadcast on Sunday night at 8 p.m. with a 1.9 rating in the demos, 18 to 49s. Ow! Final numbers to take into account. Live West Coast viewing should be made available later today or early tomorrow morning. Stats will likely rise by about 15 to 20% in the official national ratings after time zone adjustment. So let's just be generous here and whack on another 20%. Let's go to the top end of that. 20%. Let's say another 1.5 million, just rounding up. That would take it to what, 9.3 million, give or take. In comparison, the time zone adjusted Fast National charts for 2020, so last year's Grammys, drew a 5.4 demo. So 5.4 dropping to 1.9, and 18.7 million viewers. which means this year's has dropped by about 50%. Holy cow. So when you're losing almost 10 million viewers, yeah, you can understand why Batwoman might grab 150,000 of those 10 million. CBS, of course, is the big network to the CW. So if they were inclined to have a quick look at the Grammys and go, woo, then they might drop down to see Batwoman having hallucinogenic tantrums and lesbians getting mad at straight people because they're not gay. Yes, that was this week's Batwoman. And I can't see how on earth this is going to get any better. Because if you did watch this week's episode, and I'm not even being flippant, the main twist, inverted commas, was that a woman had her mind wiped because she fell in love with a man, and the woman who she was staying with, not in a biblical sense, literally just staying with in the same complex, was mad because she was gay and she wanted that woman for herself. And you wonder why we say you don't really paint a good picture for the alphabet community with this show, because you always show them as psychopaths, jealous psychos. We had another woman's partner. Oh, forget it. Whatever. I ain't even going to go into that. So here we are, 7 episodes in. We're now just over halfway through the season because we've still got 6 episodes to go. I can't see this recovering. I really can't. I think next time, I don't know when it's on next. It might be next week. It might be 6 weeks from now. I don't even care. I can't see the viewing figures doing too much better than what they've done this week. To me, this seems to probably be peak rating now. And I can only see it going one way here on in. I don't think it's got enough in its tank to even do a 0.7 anymore. I really don't. The only thing that I can suggest, as well as another potential for the slight rise in ratings, is because the news also dropped this week. Ruby Rose did an interview with comic book something or other, and she said that she was open to returning to Batwoman under the right conditions, and the right conditions would be she doesn't play Batwoman. I know some people might be scratching their head and go, what Ruby Rose means is she only plays the character of Kate Kane and doesn't go back into the Batwoman costume, leaves that for Javicia Leslie, as I went into in yesterday's video as well. Ruby Rose, there was no secret that she had massive problems wearing the Batwoman costume. She found it exceedingly uncomfortable. She had an allergic reaction to it, whatever that means. But I think that's probably just, language for actress having a teddy tantrum by the looks of it. But yeah, she doesn't want to get back in that costume. And so maybe, just maybe, that piqued a little bit of interest in some people. And so they decided to tune in this week and see whether or not Kate Kane, Ruby Rose made a wee bit of an appearance, or there was just a curiosity in the show with the potential that Ruby Rose might return. So I think it's a mixture of that. I think it's a mixture of nearly 10 million extra people floating about who normally would have been watching the Grammys, no longer interested in that whatsoever. But oh my god, it's not good because the demo ain't changing, and if the demo doesn't change, the advertisers aren't going to be happy. This show is a sack of garbage. So there we go, folks. There's a little musings for you on this week's Batwoman ratings. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and YouTube for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.